Ancient Egypt is no stranger to legendary rulers, but Hatshepsut stands in a league of her own. A woman in a man's world, she wasn't content to quietly govern from the shadows. Instead, she seized the throne, claimed the title of Pharaoh, and ruled one of history's most powerful civilizations with wisdom, ambition, and unparalleled brilliance. Though her enemies tried to erase her, Hatshepsut's legacy endures as one of Egypt's greatest stories of leadership, ingenuity, and defiance of convention. Hatshepsut was born around 1507 BCE into the illustrious 18th dynasty of Egypt, the eldest daughter of Thutmose I, a powerful pharaoh, and Ahmose, his great royal wife. From the beginning, her life was steeped in privilege and duty, but no one could have predicted she would one day become Egypt's king. As was custom in royal families, Hatshepsut married her half-brother Thutmose II when she was just a teenager. This union wasn't romantic but strategic, solidifying her status as great royal wife, the most powerful woman in the kingdom. Yet, her husband's reign was short-lived, and when he died, his heir, Thutmose III, was a mere toddler. Egypt faced a precarious future, and Hatshepsut stepped in as regent. Initially, Hatshepsut ruled as a caretaker for young Thutmose III, but she wasn't content to stay in the background. By the 7th year of his reign, she had declared herself pharaoh, a move that shook Egyptian tradition to its core. Women had ruled before her, like Pharaoh, but never with such audacity or success. Hatshepsut didn't just claim the throne, she transformed herself to fit the role. In a patriarchal society where kingship was seen as inherently male, she adopted the full trappings of a pharaoh. Statues and carvings showed her wearing the false beard of kingship, the shendik kilt, and the Khat headdress. In official inscriptions, she was often referred to with male pronouns and depicted with a muscular, masculine physique. But Hatshepsut was no mere imitator. She crafted an identity that blended both masculine and feminine qualities. She presented herself as a mother and father to Egypt, balancing strength with care and wisdom. This unique approach allowed her to solidify her position while maintaining a connection to her people. Hatshepsut's rule wasn't just about power, it was about progress. Her nearly 22 years of reign marked a golden age of peace, prosperity, and artistic achievement. She focused on building Egypt's wealth, expanding its influence, and leaving a legacy that would endure for millennia. One of her most famous achievements was the re-establishment of trade routes that had been disrupted during earlier conflict. Her greatest triumph was the expedition to the land of Punt, a mysterious and wealthy kingdom likely located in modern-day Eritrea or Somalia. Hatshepsut's fleet returned with treasures that dazzled Egypt: gold, ivory, exotic animals, and live myrrh trees, the first recorded instance of botanical transplantation. These trees were planted at her mortuary temple at Deir el-Bahari, symbolizing the wealth and success of her reign. Hatshepsut even pioneered a new use for one of these treasures. She ground the imported frankincense into powder, creating kohl eyeliner, a product that became a staple of Egyptian fashion. Hatshepsut's ambition wasn't limited to trade. She was one of the most prolific builders in ancient Egypt's history, commissioning grand monuments that proclaimed her greatness. Her masterpiece was her mortuary temple at Deir el-Bahari, a stunning structure carved into the cliffs near Thebes. The temple featured intricate reliefs that celebrated her divine birth, her Punt expedition, and her achievements as pharaoh. She also expanded the Karnak temple complex, adding the Red Chapel and towering obelisks, one of which remains the tallest surviving ancient obelisk in Egypt. These projects weren't just displays of wealth, they were messages to the gods and her people, affirming her divine right to rule. Hatshepsut didn't just rely on her political acumen. She invoked the gods themselves to justify her reign. She claimed that Ammonius, the king of the gods, had chosen her as his earthly representative. According to temple reliefs, Ammonius took the form of her father, Thutmose I, and visited her mother, Queen Ahmose, in a divine union. The god Khnum, who crafted human bodies, created Hatshepsut's form and Ka spirit, while the goddess Heket proclaimed her destiny as pharaoh. This myth wasn't just a story, it was propaganda, a way to cement her rule as divinely ordained. The oracle of Ammonius confirmed her legitimacy, declaring, "Welcome my sweet daughter, my favorite, the king of Upper and Lower Egypt, Motker Hatshepsut." Despite her success, Hatshepsut's reign wasn't without challenges. Declaring herself pharaoh meant sidelining Thutmose III, the rightful heir. While there's little evidence of outright conflict between them during her lifetime, her decision likely created tensions within the royal court. Hatshepsut also faced the challenge of maintaining stability in a patriarchal society. To her credit, she managed to balance tradition with innovation, creating a rule that was both groundbreaking and respectful of Egyptian customs. Hatshepsut's story doesn't end with her death in 1458 BC. What happened next is one of history's great mysteries. Toward the end of Thutmose III's reign and into the rule of his successor Amenhotep II, an effort was made to erase Hatshepsut from history. Her statues were smashed, her name was chiseled off monuments, and her images were replaced with those of Thutmose I or II. Why? Some historians believe it was a political move to restore the traditional male line of succession. Others suggest it was a way for Amenhotep II to strengthen his claim to the throne by discrediting a ruler who challenged convention. For centuries, Hatshepsut was a forgotten figure, her accomplishments buried under layers of deliberate destruction. It wasn't until the 19th century, when archaeologists uncovered her temple and inscriptions, that her story began to re-emerge. Her tomb, KV-20, was originally designed for her father, but expanded to include her. Later, her body was moved, possibly to the tomb of her nurse, Sidr in KV-60. Today, her legacy is celebrated as one of Egypt's greatest rulers, a testament to her ingenuity and determination. Hatshepsut wasn't just a queen or a regent, she was a king, a builder, a diplomat, and a trailblazer. Her reign challenges our understanding of leadership, power, and gender. What makes her story so captivating isn't just her defiance of tradition, but the way she succeeded on her own terms. She ruled with vision and left Egypt better than she found it. Her enemies tried to erase her, but in doing so, they ensured her immortality. Today, Hatshepsut stands as a symbol of ambition, innovation, and the power to defy expectations. So, was Hatshepsut a usurper or a genius, a forgotten queen or an eternal king? That's for history and you to decide. For more videos like this, like, comment, and subscribe.